Hi, and welcome to the July 2017 Star Spirit Board reading here on Red Earth Goddess YouTube community. I'd just like to start off by giving thanks to everybody that has been, I wouldn't want to use the word follower, but a supporter, and when I say supporter, you have been there since the beginning of 2012. Some of you have been there since 2008 and 2007 when I just started off blogging, and for those since 2012, the beginning, January 2012, as you may or may not know, the ones from the beginning who have supported me know that the name Red Earth Goddess was a gift given to me by the spirit realm from a local indigenous tribal group and community of people who each share their sacred knowledge, experience, gifts, and get out into the communities and do something, advocate, whether it's rights, make changes, or, get into the legal system and help the people as a whole. Okay, so in 2012, that name was given to me. It did comes with its perks, and it did comes with its, downfalls with it, but to each their own, because many have been witnessed or have witnessed me disappear through in and out, and I had my Facebook page shut down because I was being stalked, sexually attacked, ongoing, verbally threatened, physically attacked, so on and so forth, because not a lot of people, not everyone was all about advocating changes and supporting the indigenous people all over this planet. But let's move forward, because July is the 7th month of the year, and 7 is all about spirituality. It's all about esoteric wisdom in general. It's all about you finding your meaning in life, okay? Because 7 is all about finding their path, finding the hidden meaning. 7s don't take anything in face value. They're always understanding, trying to analyze a person's body language, the hidden meaning of their words and their actions and non-actions, okay? What does this have to do with this board? Well, if you can see, there is 0 to 9 numbers on this board. There is a 5 star, which is symbolic of man, the body of man. There is a white candle, and white candles are all about purity, innocence, and it works with all vibrations, okay? It's all about finding clarity. It's about intentionally pushing out energies so we find clarity, so that which you send out returns to you, okay? So in the 7th month of the year, which is coupled by letters here, okay, a lot of people, even people that are not religious, which 7 is all about religion, it's also about atheism, because 7s will study something to the point where they become so religious in what they're studying, even if it's not religious, that until they attain the knowledge and understanding and the acceptance of what they are studying, they can either apply it as a belief or a non-belief and do something about it or not do something about it. Because its opposite is isolation and non-attachments, okay? So let's get this reading started. The way I work with this board is my higher self is literally guiding me to do everything. I do not invoke a presence. I do not invoke a dead spirit. I do not invoke anything. I'm present during the entire time. I'm right here, as you can see me. I also have the number 7 here as a numerology ring because my name is dominated by the number 7, which is my secret hidden self. You know, despite appearances. And I invite you to stay present during this video and see where it leads us, okay? So I'm just going to be spinning the wheel a little bit because this motherboard, we don't want this motherboard to forget who I am and the energies that I have to apply to the board to remember that I close my eyes during the entire time, although you can't see me. But I kind of allow my brain to my logical brain to stay quiet and just allow my higher self to direct where this will go, okay? I'm not asking any questions. I'm just going to turn the wheel, and wherever this leads us, I will intuitively deliver the messages. Okay, so we landed on the letter G. Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up for the letter G is basically stating goodness. Goodness, greatness, good. The first word that's coming forth is good. Everything is a concept and is a perception or a perspective of what we have either experienced in life or our conditionings in life or whatever we've been taught. Goodness can be a makeup of a moral, an ethic, a value, whether you perceive goodness coming from the heart or an intention or an action. Every single one of us has a form of goodness that we have within us. And every single one of us can make the decisions whether to apply this goodness to our families, to our groups, to our communities, to ourselves, to our, our brothers or sisters, our mothers or fathers, our daughters or sons. Okay? But we all have goodness. If you choose to ignore this goodness, or if you choose to see or perceive during this time that you do not have enough goodness, or you're not receiving enough goodness at this time, and you want to see something in a darker aspect, okay? I cannot come here and tell you that that is a wrong way to see things, because it could be that during this time, you need to experience the feeling or the sensation or the perspective that you're feeling. It could be that in order to achieve a form of acknowledgement, to know or to understand and to accept that we do have goodness within us, and that goodness within us will lead to actions, and believing ourselves as goodness can and will lead to actions that can allow us to, like I said, take actions to improve our health, to improve our body, mind, and soul. Whether that is taking responsibility of waking up earlier during the day and sleeping earlier at night, drinking more water, listening to more music, going out for a walk. These can be little steps that we can take every day to allow clarity, to allow stress and worry and negative thinking patterns to, leave us. And even if they cannot leave us, if, for example, you have a really bad situation, somebody is about to die in the family, or somebody just did, or, something has taken over, a disease or something, you've gone homeless, you're broke, you cannot find a job, how are you going to pay for this, how are you going to live for that? Every single one of us has a burden to take, but that does not mean that there is no goodness left within you. That does not mean if a family member or somebody you truly care about is giving you a hard time and telling you that you are absolutely the opposite of goodness, okay? Just take a breather and see things for how they truly are, okay? If you don't believe you are goodness, if you don't feel that you have enough goodness to offer your job, your career, your friends, your relationships, your whatever it is, your health, getting better, improving your health, you have all the power within you to create, to change things, okay? Maybe you don't like changes, but the only thing that is really promised in this world is change, death, and taxes. Okay? Everything else is a makeup of how we apply ourselves to these situations. Okay? So if we know that we have to pay taxes and that death will come eventually, why not make the best of it right now? Why not make our lives the best that we can apply? And how do we apply the best is right now acknowledge the goodness that lays within you. That's your first step. And the next step will be taking actions to spread that goodness. Okay? And remember that what you send out returns to you. So when you give goodness, eventually goodness in different forms, in different shapes, and in different aspects, in reality, in realistic avenues will return back to you. Okay? Okay, we landed on N, and I just feel with that it is basically trying to say is never say never, okay? Somebody was just watching this and was like thinking to themselves, that will never happen to me. I'm just so conditioned to be around negative people. N for N. Never say never for negativity, okay? So we got to be able to shift that, okay? So if we're living in a family full of negative people, and we're the positive ones, or we don't even have to be the positive ones. We're living in a family of negative people. We're living in an environment of negative people. And you're just fed up. You're just so fed up. You're always around these negative people. And you're like, when am I going to achieve my goodness? When are other people going to see my goodness? When are other people going to stop being so negative? I'm all about advocating change. They're all about staying the same and creating havoc and negativity. And I'm here meditating and they're just spreading their negativity at me. Never say never. Remember, changes do occur. Okay? In some circumstances, those changes can happen rapidly for some people, and in some circumstances, those changes happen very slowly. However, changes are a given. Okay? And remember what I said when I saw that G, the goodness. Remember, go back, repeat what I had to say, okay? Write things down. Whatever word that springs your boat, whatever word that you feel ignites in your heart, in your soul, to help you, write it down every day. Write it down. Put up sticky notes on your computer, put up sticky notes in your book, or write it down on your phone. Leave yourself a message every day that you have goodness within you, that you are worthy, you are worth it. Okay? Create a magazine with words on them. You know, take those specific words and that I tell you, or any words, positive words, and Google them. Okay? The sky's the limit with Google. You'll find everything connects to everything. Okay? And that's how we as humans are. One positive thought in a group of negativity will advocate some form of change, and that change will come back for you in due time when it's meant to be. Okay? Never say never. Yeah, so we landed in between for you in due time when it's meant to be, okay? Never say never. Yeah, so we landed in between kind of 5, the number 5, and the word no. Okay, so that can go both ways. Okay, if we perceive it, because 7 is all about perceptions and analytical thought, and well, this way doesn't work for me, but I acknowledge it, and that way may work for somebody else. So that's how they kind of look at things. So if we go by, it landed on at no first because my eyes were closed, so I didn't really see exactly. But if you perceive it as this landed on no first, and then 5 after, well, then that's kind of reassuring us right here that, again, never say never. So if you're coming from that mind frame of, I'm so tired, everyone around me is negative, I'm advocating changes, remember, you're saying no. But number 5 is saying changes are a given, because number 5 vibrates on freedom, changes, and advocating those changes. Fearlessness of advocating those changes, okay? And if you see it the other way around, that we landed on 5 first and then on no, it can go again the same way, or it could just be that, again, don't forget, everything is a perception. If you believe it's a no, it's going to remain a no. And with that remaining a no, you will not take actions. You will not attract a person who has to hear what you have to say. Okay, because everybody's actions are different. Everyone's steps are different. It could be that you were silent about this negativity that you were enduring, this pain and trauma, and you never told anybody. And now is the time. Now things are changing where you're able to communicate with somebody in the firm, in the group, in the place, in the family that never even realized. Okay, so the sky's the limit. Everyone's situation's different. Contemplate for this month, because remember, 7 is all about analytical thoughts, setting back and just allowing time for meditation, allowing time for yourself, just a little bit of time a day, and really observing. Okay, because 7 is all about observing too. Observance. And taking a step back, okay? A lot of dreamers have this number as well. So if you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you're a visionary, or if you just dream at night, pay attention to those as well, because it's like your higher self is nudging at you to pay attention, okay? H. So we landed on H, and that symbolizes home, the house, okay? This month is all about what's going on at home and your house, okay? If there's any cracks, if there's any peaks going on at home, and that's what's causing a situation in the relationships. I feel as though people have maybe outgrown the other people that they're living with, or certain people in the family want changes and certain people don't want changes, okay? In this scenario, in this situation, if you want to move on, if you want to move forward, literally just move to another place, you got to take the steps every day. Start off researching places that are affordable. Start off researching places that are closer to your work. If you're not working, find a job that's worth it. Find a job that is willing to pay or is giving something back to you, which is being able to be independent and just pay for things and live on your own, okay? So I'm gonna sit this one here and wish you all a great month. Happy Canada Day for the Canadians. Happy July 4th for the Americans. And happiness to everybody, okay? If there's someone in your life that does not want you to be happy, just sit back for this month. Appreciate the goodness within you but also appreciate that you have enough goodness to know your worth, and stop giving your power away to those who enjoy seeing you not happy, okay? So best of luck and best of wishes.